Everything you know about the modern spy is a lie, designed by a man you probably haven't heard enough of. Before James Bond was a cinematic icon, he was a blueprint in the mind of a predator named Agent 7041, W. Somerset Maugham. To the world, he was the wealthiest, most celebrated author of the 20th century. But his books, they weren't just fiction. They were declassified files from a man who lived a double life. Born in 1874 inside the British Embassy in Paris, he was a citizen of nowhere, born in a legal loophole to evade a French draft. By age 8, he was an orphan. The trauma didn't just break him, it robbed him of his voice. He developed a stammer so crippling he could barely speak his own name. But in the shadow world, silence is a weapon. Forced to stop talking, he started watching. He didn't just observe people. He performed a psychological autopsy on everyone he met. He didn't start with a pen. He started with a scalpel. As a young surgeon in London's most violent slums, he spent his nights elbow deep in the boredom and the filth of human agony. He realized that the human heart is just meat, and secrets are just rot. He traded the knife for the typewriter, skyrocketing to global fame with Of Human Bondage and The Moon and Sixpence. By 1914, he was a superstar. He had the money, the fame, and the face everyone recognized, which made him the perfect candidate for the British Secret Service. 1917. The world is screaming. Russia is a frozen powder keg on the brink of communist revolution that would change history. The British gave Maugham $500,000 in gold and a single impossible order: stop the revolution. As Agent 7041, he moved through Petrograd like a ghost. He sat in smoke-filled rooms with revolutionaries and assassins, his stutter serving as the ultimate camouflage. Who would have suspected a world-famous novelist of financing a counter-revolution? He lived on the knife edge of a firing squad, dodging the Red Guard while recording the darkest impulses of the human soul. He fled Russia on a cargo ship just as the Bolsheviks breached the gates. He took those secrets and birthed a new kind of literature. In 1928, he wrote Ashen Den, the first gritty, realistic spy novel. No gadgets, no glamour, just the cold, dirty reality of betrayal. A young Ian Fleming read it and was changed forever. 007 wasn't a fantasy. It was an echo of Maughams' shadow. But Maughams' own life was a more dangerous secret. A gay man in an era where his existence was a crime, he lived at the Villa on the Riviera, hosting kings while hiding his true self behind a mask of icy detached prose. The end was not a hero's sunset. It was a gothic nightmare. At 91, the grand old man of letters descended into screaming dementia. He wandered his empty villa, haunted by the ghosts of the spies he betrayed and the life he had to hide. His final words to the world: dying is a very dull, dreary affair. My advice to you is to have nothing whatsoever to do with it. He left a fortune, but he took his soul to the grave. W. Somerset Maugham, the man who invented the spy, because he was the only one who knew how the shadows really felt. Maugham.